Hello!
Hello.
Hello.
Hello everybody, my name is Ashley and today I will be talking with you about a policy change for the nation that I think is very important, and that is medicinal marijuana. For centuries, people have been using marijuana medicinally with no obvious detriment to society or the individual. Marijuana is a naturally found substance that has many medicinal uses. Believe it or not, THC is so natural that similar forms of the substance known as cannabinoids are actually found in the human body. We will discuss the pros and cons of medicinal marijuana use to show that the benefits are much greater than the risk. We will also see from the perspective of anti-marijuana advocates, so we are able to make informed decisions for ourselves. I will show you that medicinal marijuana is not a dangerous substance, that there are many drugs currently available that pose more serious risks than marijuana, and that it can be used to treat a wide variety of ailments. To begin, let's look at the history of marijuana and how we got to where we are today. The negativity surrounding marijuana began when our government wanted all narcotics to be properly labeled and the sale of said narcotics to have common laws that stretched beyond state lines, similar to our regulatory practices today. As a result, the Federal Bureau of Narcotics, now the DEA, was established in the 1930s. Harry Anslinger, the first commissioner of the FBN, began a campaign against marijuana. Harry Anslinger's campaign caused marijuana to quickly find its way onto the Schedule I narcotics list, which includes drugs with no currently acceptable medical use and a high potential for abuse. They are considered to have potentially severe psychological and physical dependence. Along with marijuana, the Schedule I narcotics list features heroin, LSD, peyote, and ecstasy, to name a few. Many who are against marijuana state that this drug is dangerous. Let's look a little more in depth at that statement. They say that this puts not just, according to the anti-marijuana advocates, this drug causes people to act impulsively and recklessly. They say that this puts not just the user in danger, but the community around them as well. It is also said that marijuana is a gateway drug, meaning that it will lead to the use of other drugs and substances. There is, however, no proof that this is the case. This is like saying that someone taking Tylenol for pain is more likely to take heroin. Another attempt to add to the propaganda surrounding marijuana is that its use leads to higher crime rates. In fact, the opposite is true, as evidenced by MSNBC reports showing that in the first quarter of 2014, the Denver Police Department shows a drop in violent crimes by 6.9%, and property crime by 11.1%. Also, by allowing people to obtain marijuana from dispensaries, it enables them to get their medicine in a safe, controlled environment instead of on the streets. Many acceptable drugs can be found on the streets as well when people are unable to obtain them in a clinical setting. These drugs pose serious health concerns. Drugs such as Xanax, Percocet, Oxycontin have a very high rate of addiction and abuse. Then there are drugs such as insulin and Coumadin, which have very serious side effects and risks. All of these drugs can be overdosed on, unlike marijuana. Another aspect worth mentioning is the reason why some drugs are considered acceptable and some are not. Drug companies spend billions of dollars researching, developing, and marketing the latest and greatest new drugs. If marijuana were to become a commonly used drug, these companies would lose their profits. Our health decisions are being made with money in mind and not what's in our best interests. Now that we have discussed some of the cons of medicinal marijuana, let's talk about the benefits we can receive from it. Medicinal marijuana, taken into the body in a safe and smokeless way, can have many health benefits. Marijuana has been proven to help with many issues. It can be used to treat pain, nausea, vomiting, and weight loss. It helps people suffering from AIDS, anorexia, arthritis, cancer, migraines, headaches, seizures, glaucoma, depression, and anxiety. Denying people a drug that we know to be effective in relieving these problems seems inhumane. It is our responsibility as a society to allow for the most happiness and prevent the most pain. Preventing people from obtaining the medication they need to relieve the pain they feel does not fit into this philosophy. To close, I will say that we all want the same thing out of life and each other. We all want to be given respect, dignity, and courtesy. We all want to be treated as adults who are capable of making rational decisions for ourselves. In discussing the pros and cons of medicinal marijuana, we are able to see all the information and make a decision based on facts and research as opposed to propaganda. Medicinal marijuana is not a dangerous substance. It is less problematic than most drugs available on the market today, and provides many health benefits to its users. It would seem that as a society and as individuals, we have some work to do and some decisions to be made. At the end of the day, we need to remember only that we as a society should stress the moral force of the responsibility to respond to the needs of the dependent. Thank you.